saxophone. I always thank God that the nightclub doesn't have all the good music. And what is so beautiful about Kevin Moore is that he has endeared himself to pastors all across America. I thank God for him. I thank God for this occasion. I thank God for Dr. Martha Taylor selecting me to be the speaker for this occasion, although there are preachers here who are much better than I when it comes to preaching, but I must say they ought to be, because they are later models. Preached this morning at 11 o'clock, and I said, well, why is he preaching like this? He already has the church. But even though I've been preaching umpteen years, an occasion like this still causes my left knee to reach over to my right knee and say, let's shake. I want you to pray for me, because an occasion like this for a Baptist preacher comes every now and then. And so when you get an occasion like this, you're tempted to be like that preacher who decided to preach from the prophets. And there are 5 major prophets. And Isaiah has 66 chapters. So he tried to preach all 5 of the major prophets and got into the minor prophets. And the last prophet, as you all know, is called Malachi. And he said, oh yes, yes, I forgot Malachi. Whose seat shall I give him? And a tall man in the back stood up and said, he can have my seat. In the 4th chapter of the Gospel of Luke, verses 16 through 20, we find these words. Jesus returned to Galilee in the power of the Spirit, and news about him spread throughout the whole countryside. He taught in their synagogues, and everyone praised him. He went to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And on the Sabbath day, he went into the synagogue, as was his custom. And he stood up to read. The scroll of the prophet Isaiah was handed to him. Unrolling it, he found the place where it is written, the Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to release the oppressed, to preach, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. Then he rolled up the scroll, gave it back to the attendant, and sat down. Will you repeat these words after me? A God-sent woman, for a Holy Spirit-led ministry.
That's all right.
I want to try to develop that thought. You may be seated. Thank the ushers for their efficiency. I want to observe protocol as did my son and pay respects to Elder Linda Lee, the moderator of the San Francisco Presbyterian, the Reverend Dr. Randy Young, Commission on Ministry of the San Francisco Presbyterian, presiding officer, Pastor Kamal Hassan, and to the chairpersons of this day, Sister Deborah Dickerson of the Women's Ministry, Deacon Ernest Frederick of the Men's Ministry, all of my esteemed colleagues, those of you in the audience,